Hi, it's Nørgaard. So I'm doing this look today, which is inspired by Kristen Stewart. So this video was requested and it did take me a little bit of time to get to do this video, and I'm sorry about that. I just had so many other videos I needed to do, but it's here now, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And this look is all about the eyes. It's kind of a soft smoky eye, and the rest of the face is just so natural. And normally when I film tutorials, what I do is I film it and then I go straight to the bathroom and I wash the makeup off. I normally never go out after I film a tutorial because I don't like to have like a certain time limit to do my videos in. I like to be able to take my time. But today I'm actually going out with this makeup on. I'm going to go to my nail artist because I'm going to have my nails changed finally. You can see here that this nail is starting to come off. So I really need to get my nails changed, so I'm actually going to go do that now. And yeah, don't forget to watch this video in high definition, and I will also leave a link to the picture I'm using for inspiration down in the down bar. And other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and go, so happy first day. And yeah, so here's the tutorial. So I'm going to start out with a primer, and I'm going to use my favorite at the moment, which is Benefit's POREfessional. And this look is really all about having naturally pretty skin, not exactly flawless, but just, you know, a little bit more enhanced. So a primer is really important for this step. This look is all about like the small things, like primer that just makes the makeup look a bit nicer and just sit better. It's all about those small things. And don't mind my hair, it's just air drying right now. So for the skin, we're not going to use any foundation, we're just going to use concealer. So I'm going to start out with my Too Faced No Makeup makeup palette, and I'm going to use the lightest concealer, which is this one up here, together with my e.l.f. Studio Concealer Brush. And you only want to use this concealer on spots that need it. So that will be like pimples and redness. We are going to brighten the face with a highlighting concealer later. So this cream concealer is just to cover up any spots, or if you have any redness or any scarring or anything like that. So for me, I go in right here and up here. And a little bit down here. So just around here, you guys know I do have a little bit of acne scarring. And on my other cheek, I of course go in here and on all my scarring. And for me, I mainly just have acne scars on my cheeks, so that's where I'm going to use my concealer. So now you want to take a highlighting concealer, and I'm using YSL's Touche Éclat in number 1. And it's really important for underneath the eyes that you use a very thin concealer because you want it to look like you have nothing on underneath your eyes. So I'm going to use this underneath my eyes first of all, and then of course in the inner corners. And then I'm going to use a little bit just right here around my nose, and then a bit around my lips and on my chin. You just want to kind of highlight the center part of your face. Then I'm just taking my H&M Makeup Sponge, spraying it with water, and then using this to blend out the concealer. And I just like to use kind of a stippling motion for blending out my concealer. Don't like rub or drag. That will just kind of remove the concealer. And that's all the concealer you want to do. You want it to be very fresh and very natural. And then you just want to set everything with a little bit of powder. And I'm going to try out this MAC powder. It's their Select Sheer Loose Powder. My color is NC5. So I'll see how well I like this. So it looks like this. You can see it is tinted. But a transparent powder would be fine also. And I'm going to apply this powder lightly, so I'm going to use my BornPrettyStore powder brush. That looks nice. You know, I tried like the pressed powder, like the pressed blood powder from MAC back in the day, and I really didn't like it that much. So we'll see how well I like this one from MAC. But you definitely want to use a matte powder because Kristen's skin is completely matte. And it's okay if you can still see some of your imperfections through, because you're going for that very natural look. So it's not about, you know, completely perfecting your skin. It's just about slightly enhancing it. So far, I really like this powder. And you guys know the drill. For underneath my eyes, I like to use my e.l.f. Essential Blending Eye Brush. So now I go in with my Naked Basics eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. And I'm going to use Faint, this darker brown, with my Ecotools eyeliner brush. And I'm just going to use this and just lightly fill in my brows, because Kristen's eyebrows, they look very natural, but they also look like they have been filled in just a little bit with the eyeshadow. That's what it looks like to me anyway. And of course, first step is always for me to brush out my brows. And I of course go back in and I brush my brows into place once again. Okay, so now I'm going in with my e.l.f. eyelid primer in Champagne. And I always just like to blend it out with my finger. So for the eyeshadows, I'm going in with Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette. And I'm going to use this dark color up here. And you want to take a color that's dark but has kind of like a different undertone and has shimmer. So for me, this one has kind of a purple undertone. But you could also go for like a blue, or you could go for a green or something like that. You just want it to have like an undertone. And I'm going to use my Naked Tree eyeshadow brush. I'm going to start out with the flat side. So you want to apply this on your mobile eyelid. So that will be about right here. And you don't want to bring this color up too high. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. 100 piece eyeshadow marble palette. And you want to take a mid-tone warm brown. So I'm going to take this one up here. And it has to be matte. So I'm using the blending end of my Naked Tree eyeshadow brush. And I just go in my crease with this color. And then I go in with some more of this color. And I don't know if I told you guys what color this is, but this is the color called Voulez-vous coucher avec moi. I don't even know if I said that right. And I just go in and apply a second layer of this, just to intensify it a little bit. And I also take this Voulez-vous color and go along my lower lashes. And I go back in with that warm brown from the e.l.f. palette, and I just blend that underneath the Voulez-vous color on my lower lid. And now I want to go in with a highlight, so I'm taking my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. And I'm taking this matte kind of cream color up here. It's called In the Buff. And I'm just going to use that to highlight my brow bone. And Kristen's highlight is very subtle. So you want to use a color that's close to your skin tone and matte. And then also just apply a little bit in the inner corner. And this just brightens the eyes a little bit. And that is actually all for the eyeshadows. So now you just want to go in with your mascara. So I'm going to use my Uemura eyelash curler, and I'm going to try out the Benefit Their Real Mascara, and this is my first time trying this. I'm excited. So my first impressions on this mascara is that the formula is very like wet and liquidy, which I wasn't really expecting, since most of the mascaras I like and find to be the best have more of a dry formula, and I don't really know how I like it this far. I don't really feel like it's like exceptionally good. So that's one coat of the Benefit They Are Real mascara. So I'm just applying a second coat to see if I can pump up my lashes a bit more. So that's 2 coats of Benefit They Are Real mascara, and honestly I'm not that impressed. I was kind of, you know, expecting a miracle in a little tube because of all the praise this mascara has gotten, and honestly I don't really think it's that good. But Kristen's look was very natural, so no false lashes, just a lot of mascara. And then you want to apply some black eyeliner to your upper waterlines. I'm using this little one by e.l.f. It's their Essentials Brightening Eyeliner in black. So I normally never just go for a black eyeliner on my upper waterline because usually it transfers down to your lower waterline. But that was actually the look that Kristen had. So it's fine if a little bit of your upper waterline black eyeliner transfers down to your lower waterline, because that was the look she had. The only way you can prevent your eyeliner on your upper waterline to apply down to your lower waterline is if you use like a waterproof gel eyeliner that sets. If you just use like a pencil, it's going to transfer. So that's actually all for the eyes. So for my cheeks, I'm going to take my 10-piece blush palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. Studio Blush Brush, and I'm going to use this matte peachy blush. So I'm going to apply this kind of where I would apply my contour and bring it onto the apple of my cheek. So I'm applying it here where I would normally apply my contour, and then I go onto the apple of my cheek. And that's actually all we are going to do to the cheeks. We are not going to contour or highlight because Kristen just had a little bit of that blush on. And when you have such a light base with just concealer and powder, you don't really need that whole contour and highlighting thing, because you have a lot of the natural contours on your face. If you're like using a full coverage foundation, then your face will look very flat, and that's why it's often a good thing to contour if you're using full coverage foundation. But because we didn't completely like blank out our face, it has a lot of these natural contours, so we don't really need all that contour. And for the lips, it's super simple. You just want to apply a little bit of lip balm. And then you want to pat away any excess lip balm. You want your lips to be completely natural. So the final step to this look is to apply a little bit of high definition powder. This one is from e.l.f. Studio line, and I'm just applying this because she did have a very like soft focus kind of skin look, and her skin looked completely flawless. But you just want to use the tiniest amount. You don't want to use a lot at all. And now I'm going to take my hair down and I will be right back. And lastly, I'm actually just going to press this powder into my skin, just so it doesn't like lay on the surface and looks really powdery. So this is my finished Kristen Stewart smoky eye look. So I hope you guys like it. If you did like it, then please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.